Okay. It is episode 136 of Inane Blather. So, if you've been with us this long, everything's been leading up to this point. I know I've been dropping little hints for years now at this point about episode 136. There's little hints here and there. That's why we have a special guest. If you listen to like those proper episodes in order and take the 136th letter spoken in each one out of each episode each time, then it spells out
Suck my dick, government!
No, but anyway, I actually just kind of froze because it looked like my computer stopped recording too. But anyway, I'm on edge here, okay, after what happened last week. I'm still working out what happened with our last episode. This is going to go off without a hitch. Everything's looking great.
That was a really nice one. Thanks, Inane Blather.
It was a great episode. Thanks for coming on, and we'll see you next week. But now for episode 136 After Dark, we've got just a group of people explaining how you two can be one of the
headstrong, stubborn, quibbling, self-centered, vindictive, obnoxious, hormonal, sexually preoccupied, evil, thieving, cross-dressing jerks.
All right? Okay?
Amen.
Good one.
So, Natalie, who's our guest here? Who is this guy? What's going on?
I've never seen this guy before in my life.
Someone just showed up in our Discord channel.
Yeah.
No.
This is my good friend and our technology correspondent.
There we go.
If they choose to accept the position, which they will, because I said so. It's goes by the little name of Gavi Q. Nope, I was trying to make a rap name off the top of my head.
Oh, Gavi Q. Okay, no, that's
Lil Gav, I guess, is what it is.
Lil Gav.
Lil
I think
Gav.
Lil Gav works a little better.
Lil Gavin
Lil-
sounds
yeah.
good. Yeah.
Lil Gav.
Yeah. No. Okay. Gavin, the fourth moon of Gavin, some sort of Star Wars reference in there. Or Gavin 4, whatever, something Gavin, it's in there. I don't know. It's been a little while. It's a real Monday for me. So it's good that we have a technology correspondent here. They were even trying to help me with my issues before the show today. I sounded like shit. So it's just we're just steamrolling through here. But yeah. So Lil Gav, how's your Monday? What are you up to? What do you hope to accomplish today?
Well, today is mainly over, so I think the rest of what I'm looking to accomplish is to just have a good time with you both.
Not gonna happen.
And hopefully not sound like too much of a.
Oh, how I wish I could believe or understand that.
I don't know about that, man.
Yeah. If you're sounding smart, you're on the wrong show, I think is what.
No one sounds smarter than us on this show.
Okay, I believe it.
That's why we only have one guest host ever, and that's Danae, and she's an idiot.
And we could say that because she's not here.
Yeah.
That's how the rules go.
Well, I'll have to make sure that I tune into the next one to hear what kind of shit talk there is from me.
Yeah.
Just
Guys.
nothing but
You're ugly. You're disgusting. I'm going to kill you.
So,
Such a good bid.
yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Shut the hell up.
Yeah, it's great.
bitch.
Okay, yeah. But
I'm gonna throw a rock through your
yes.
or whatever the fuck.
Oh
Yeah.
man.
I'm gonna run you over. Yeah.
I wish that I had that on the soundboard, but for those who don't know, yeah, there's another Dr. Phil. Something just moved in my apartment.
Did it?
There's another Dr. Phil soundbite on our website that the madman Ethan so graciously put together for us so wonderfully. And there's a little Dr. Phil button on there. I guess it doesn't say
Go kill yourself.
but it has a different funny thing that's not on the soundboard. So anyone who wants to catch up on the episodes, kind of if you're losing track, now that we're on 136, on the big 136, and you're trying to find your footing here, as we're skyrocketing into stardom now that we've been subscribed to by the great comedian Mike Racine somehow. So shout out to Mike Racine, whose comedy I do enjoy, and for some reason he subscribed. He subscribed to our YouTube channel, so I really appreciate it. I do. Hey, no joke. I did recommend his last. I remember a little comedy special on YouTube, and I recommended it to my coworker. I said you should check this guy out. He's really funny. So there we go.
Nice. Before or after?
Before. No, I mean a few months ago. Yeah, before. I like the guy. So it was just really odd to see that in our notifications. I was like, is it just someone who's going by that name?
He came for Lil Gav and the 136.
That could be.
Yeah.
Gav and the 136.
So
yeah. Yeah, it's like as soon as Danae's gone, it's all techno-futurism and like satanistic, the 136. Hello?
Yes, we all know that. It's like 666, but it's just different versions of it. So techno future crap, whatever your crap you're saying, that's what reminded me
whatever the fuck that is.
That Lil Gav, because he's in like tech and all that. He was just telling me the other day just like how much he loves Elon Musk and thinks he's really smart, and just like thinks he's like, I wish he was my boss. I wish I was as good at video games as he is.
Yeah.
I wish that my penis was as
mangled
as his was. Do you remember saying that, Lil Gav?
Yeah, I remember that.
All I know is that I got into the Discord channel and they were like just taking a robot like mech suit off. I thought it was kind of cool, but kind of dorky.
Looks like Darth Vader.
Yeah.
So, Gav, what are your thoughts from especially like a actual tech guy?
Genuine
what do
question.
You think about, and a real gamer, very good at video games over here. Truly. What do you think about Elon Musk? Let's let him cook. I bet he's got an opinion or two here.
Gaming first. What do you think about his whole gaming controversy?
It's so fucking pathetic. It's so unbelievably pathetic and cringe, and like my brain, I can't actually even understand like completely like
can you imagine doing
it's
that?
It's hard to relate to something like that. It doesn't make sense.
Your brain has to be so warped to think that you could even like fake that, and that being one of the people who fucking everyone is looking at, and then trying to like make sure everyone looks at you, or they're not gonna like look into it or be like
notice.
Like they're not. No one's gonna notice. Not a single person's gonna notice. How would they know?
Yeah,
like I can't even.
Kind of an emperor, new clothes kind of thing. He's gonna be like, yeah, it'll be fine. I'll just say that it was me, and the people will accept it because everyone loves me. And then he's just genuinely like, I can't believe people are so mean. People are so mean. It's like, are you fucking stupid?
That jerk on stage.
Yeah. You're the richest man on earth.
I can't believe that he's a jerk.
Yeah.
That's a good.
He
that's a
was
good impression.
reveling in the stock price going down and stuff. And it's like, how have you not, I mean, at least prepared yourself for general backlash to being the richest man on earth, to being fucking Mr. Burns of the planet, you know? And it's like, that not everyone's gonna like you. Of course, you have all these sycophants.
If you're a public figure, you have to have thick skin no matter what. You're going to have haters. If you're in any way, any type of leader at all, there are going to be people who disagree with you. There's going to be people who don't like you, even if you're a fucking nobody. So when everybody in the world
everyone hates me,
knows you and you come out with
I'm
like
nobody.
a chainsaw being like, I'm going to like cut all these federal jobs.
Yeah.
It's like, and then just be totally surprised that people like, he just had never.
I said I was going to
like,
fire everyone, and they got mad.
Yeah, the concept of being wrong or something, or being just like he's been so insulated from, I guess, criticism or whatever. Just really, truly like baffled that people would be like that. People would really have any sort of reason to dislike him at all, or like not get behind everything that he's doing. He's so. It's so funny. It's so funny. I was just thinking about the stream where he's on there and everyone's like, kill yourself. Like, go die. You suck. And just like, he's like, what the hell?
It's like, hey, you know, I mean, from all sides, it's like from Hassan Piker to Aiden Ross. It's like these people, they're on the internet. People put up with this stuff every day. You're the celebrity. You know, it's like, are you crazy? How insulated are you?
It's a little easier in my mind when you get that big because of such an influx of it that it's just like, all right, just mute that out from my brain. Like, like I have some mild experience with like weird online hate. When it's a smaller like community you have or a smaller following base, like 3 people who are telling you awful things could be like 40% of the comments you have like in your feed. In my mind,
and
part
it'll
of me
stick
is like,
in your head.
I'm sure that that's like the plateau once you start getting a shit ton of like hate comments and stuff that you basically like make or break it mentally to realize like, can I mute this? Not criticism. It's not criticism.
Oh,
it's just
yeah.
the people who are gonna hate me because I cook with avocado oil instead of olive oil on my channel.
Yeah. So everyone's just like,
Go sit in the middle of the road and let a car run over you.
Yeah. Like on one video, I forgot to whisk the eggs before putting them in the blender.
I saw the way that someone worded it. I forget what the inane, very stupid, but the inane and dumb comment was on Twitter, but someone's response was, I am going to shoot you point blank in the face with a Glock. That's all they said. And I was like, wow, that's
to the point.
That's one way to respond. It's like kind of weirdly specific, you know, with a Glock. Okay. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, there's those points where it's like not even, making the choice to tune it out. But even if it's so much, I mean, it's just a wave of noise. I mean, how can you even focus on it? But the thing is, the dude is so online. Like, the guy's on Twitter more than I am. And like, he's responding and he's doing, it's like, we can all see how he's interacting with the online world, you know, on social media. And it's like, this isn't good, man. Like, you're dragging yourself down to our level and getting roasted and it snowballs into you being even more insecure about it because you shouldn't be getting roasted like this because you are the richest man in the world and you own this platform that you're getting roasted on. And it's just like one thing after another. It's like, you need to separate yourself completely from it. It's like me, you know, it's like I had to discover one day moderation just wasn't a thing for me. I had to quit drinking, man. It's like, you just can't do it. It's like, you stop lying to yourself, you know? He just shouldn't be on there.
Get a life, bro. Like, what the hell?
He just desperately wants to be liked, and to not to get into like a weird psychology aspect to him, but like it almost makes some sense because he was generally liked for a while.
Sure.
Mainly because he wasn't online 24/7.
Yeah.
Talking, so people didn't know how stupid he actually was.
Yeah.
So you just saw the story of like smart guy, he's investing in electric cars, and he's like,
Yeah.
Named it
Iron
after
Man.
Tesla, which is cool
Yeah.
because Nikolai Tesla. That's very cool.
And then you're like,
Well, yeah,
oh,
he
cool.
took-
and then he's
he
like
took credit
on
for
Rick
that,
and
yeah.
Morty or whatever. He does little things, and you're
Yeah,
like, cool.
he's
and
on
then he
Big
goes
Bang
away.
Theory.
He's not there enough for you to fucking hate him. And then he starts talking so much and changes his
And
entire.
you get to know him.
Yeah. It's like, just stay out of the public eye. Yeah. You have enough
It was like
family. Just
it was kind of a safe-ish space because the left generally liked him because it was like, electric cars, at least back then, and he, feigned caring about like gay rights and things like that. He may have back then. His mind is fucking devolved because it's been like 8 years.
yeah.
But like, and then right wing
Well,
people
the
liked
woke
him because
mind
he was
virus
rich.
killed
so
his son.
All he had, it actually, that's why they call it dead naming.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my
Wow.
god.
That was
That's why they
that's
call it
deep,
that.
Elon.
You got it.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Damn. He must have been smoking with
Damn.
Rogan again.
Sure, you and
Mhm.
JP could fucking cry about it together.
It's like some fucking it's like
Talk
some
about your grandma's.
some like white nationalist manosphere hotep shit. Like, that's why they call it dead naming.
Yeah.
That's why they're Jewish.
I feel like he like broke his safe barrier too, because I feel like for a lot of people it became a realization of like, oh, because someone has money means absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
You can actually be dumb as fuck and the richest person in the world. 'Cause I
Yeah.
remember for the longest time, like just with like my family members and stuff like that, where like for a while I was like, I don't think Elon's that smart, and they're like, he is. What do you mean? Like
Sure.
as it started like,
People
getting a
still
little
do.
worse with him being on Twitter more, like, what do you mean? I was just like, I heard him talking about like tech, and it sounds like a salesperson.
Yeah.
Doesn't actually like know about it.
He's-
They're just saying like
He's BSing his way through his paper that he didn't do. Yeah.
like, which is fine, but like I was like, I just don't think
Don't call him
I
a
don't think he's that
genius.
yeah, I don't think he's that smart. And then like slowly over time now, I mean, fortunately my brother-in-law sold their Tesla.
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
I did that a while ago too. That was before like the boycotts and stuff.
They salted at Tesla?
Sold it.
Oh.
No.
They sold it.
They had he bought like off a
They
like,
assaulted?
a third-
No.
he sold his, he like bought a third place market, like I don't know what version of it is, but like one of the older models,
Mhm.
and then they sold it I think like 9 or 10 months ago.
Yeah.
'Cause I remember they were also like, I don't really like Elon.
Yeah. No, those magnets and bumper stickers about like, I don't like Elon, or I got this before I knew Elon was crazy, are pretty legit. Like, those fly off the shelves. Shout out again to our friend Ethan. We give him shit for buying a Model 3, I think is what he has.
Mhm.
And I mean, and he loves it, of course. It's a nice car. But
Yeah.
it's like, I mean,
car.
and we even say, we're like, hey, it's not a Cybertruck. There is a market difference here between the psychology here. I mean, there's a reason that Cybertruck it wasn't and will never be like the number one selling car in America, like some of these other Teslas were that for those couple years. They were like the biggest selling brand, but it's like, but there's no, like we've said on the show before, no one's going to put that bumper sticker on a Cybertruck and say, I hate
I have-
Elon.
I have seen one.
Really?
I actually have up where I am. I have
That's
seen
a
one.
coward right there.
I saw, or it wasn't the I hate Elon. It was the I bought this before he went crazy.
Right,
And I remember 'cause
yeah.
I'm like,
Did you?
you didn't though. Maybe our definition of like before
Yeah.
he went crazy
Or
is
just you
different
just
here.
don't know.
Like our scales are different here, but like the Cybertruck came out like a year, like officially released, I think like a year ago or like a year and a half ago. I
Yeah.
was like, Elon was definitely doing some shit on Twitter
Yeah.
at that point, but
Oh yeah.
you're right. Like that could be
He
a person who
already
just lives
he
a
already
normal
kind of
fucking
had
life
to
and
make a
isn't-
visit to Auschwitz, you know.
Yeah. They might have not been actively on Twitter like a healthy human being. So, but
I just
Right.
I feel like the Cybertruck is a huge choice though. You
Mhm.
can't there's only like 5,000 or 6,000 or however many there are on the roads. Like you would have to kind of really go out of your way to get one even, before Elon was like straight up Sieg Heiling, like it was still Elon's truck. And you had to be kind of on board with like all of that comes with someone who is at very least I think it was kind of known just I feel like for a while kind of like a troll a little bit online, like when before he bought Twitter, and the reason he was going to buy Twitter, which it's been several years now, was because he was on there a lot and he was like kind of just like yapping, and he's just like kind of yapping and just being, I don't know, it just seems like it's such a choice. The way that it looks like nothing else out there on the road. It's not even, I mean, I don't know. You want it because it is a Cybertruck, and that is Elon's whole thing. It's not good for driving around. It's not really good for anything. I've been laughing lately, imagining like where Doug and I grew up, taking a Cybertruck out into like a potato field or something like that, like actually using it for like these Ford trucks that really get out there. They're cattle and there's corn and there's blah
Yeah.
blah blah blah, like farm
Oh.
trucks. They don't get parked in a garage. That's for fucking sure. They're like covered in mud and all this. I'm like, that's Cybertruck.
Yeah, your
I mean,
stainless steel Cybertruck's
accidentally-
just melting away.
Yeah, wrecked.
Um,
Yeah, yesterday I went to the gym and it was like there was just something I was like, I just really had to sneeze, and I just happened to have like a lot of spit in my mouth right next to this Cybertruck, and I just happened to really just like really let it loose right all over their driver's side door. Because I just had it was like an allergy season over here.
It
There's, like, a
is.
lot of
That's so if you're on because if you're on one of the many cameras, since they're covered in cameras, but they don't have proper fucking crumple zones. I'm currently just from the other day. There's I was in this conversation about Cybertrucks here because some guy on Facebook, he had in the Cybertruck owners only Facebook group is what it looks like. Can we talk range? I get under 98 miles while towing a 7,000-pound trailer. He only gets 98-mile range. And it's like, I mean, that's the thing. It's like, I mean, you have an electric truck, the range is significantly reduced by stuff like that. But under 100 miles, that's crazy. But also,
like
the picture that
truck purposes.
yeah, what are you doing with it? And it's like, but then the picture that came with it is what I was arguing about. Everyone's just joking. They're like, man, these people don't know what they're doing. But the picture that came with it, I looked at it and I was like, 7,000 pounds too. It's like, it's one of those luxury Lux dumps. One of those luxury porta potties, like so that you'll have it like a nice event. Remember, there was at our stepbrother's
Cybertruck.
No,
Those are Lux dump.
yeah, it is a luxury dump. But the they have the nice bathrooms instead of a porta potty, so they'll have them in these trailers. And I was just like, wait a minute. I was like, what is he filling that thing with concrete? Because that does not look like it's a 7,000-pound trailer anyway. And they're like, well, it's filled with shit and liquid. I was like, no, it's a single axle trailer. It's not 7,000 pounds. Either this guy is just attaching some picture of a Cybertruck hauling something, or he's, like someone else said, just totally overweight like an idiot and driving even more dangerously, or like I think, since I did hitches and U-Haul and trailer stuff for so long years ago, I was like, he just doesn't know what he's talking about. And of course, that's the kind of person that would have a Cybertruck and haul a trailer with it.
For
It's
work
like,
purposes.
yeah, exactly. It's like you own this trailer. It's like you should know that it doesn't weigh 7,000 pounds. What are you talking about? It's on a single axle with like these shitty little tires. What are you And if you had a 7,000 pound trailer behind a Cybertruck, to make sure there's no one within half a mile of your rear bumper if you're on the freeway, I'd be scared. Because there was there was someone put it to the test. Let's see. Tesla Cybertruck tow hitch stress test results in catastrophic failure. Quote, if I see a Cybertruck towing on the freeway, I would not want to be anywhere close to that thing. And the picture, because it's all part of this aluminum body. There's no frame. The entire bottom panel underneath the bed just ripped out underneath the truck. And it's just on the ground. And it's like, that's terrifying. Like, oh, I can't stand him. But
they're just a real choice. It's truly a choice to have a Cybertruck, and it's meant to be parked in a garage. It's not really a truck. It's like a status. It's
and
a symbol.
It is.
And if you want a pavement princess, there's cooler trucks for that. And us truck people can still just make fun of you for it or whatever, and you can enjoy your unscratched, Silverado or whatever you got, or probably a Ford pickup. But yeah, like Natalie's saying, imagining those out there doing work, no way. I just can't imagine.
Have you seen the video of them doing a test of it trying to go up a hill, like a dirt hill, and then a Hummer next to it?
Oh,
it goes up backwards.
Test? That goes up backwards.
Oh,
They're just trying to flag out on them. But yo, check this out, dipshit.
I've seen it. I've seen different ones. Yeah, out in the Badlands where it couldn't do shit. I've done barely just a little off-roading here and there and stuff like that growing up, and it was like, I don't understand how it can't make it up that hill. It has almost 1,000 foot-pounds of torque. But
Buick Century could make it better than the Cybertruck. I swear.
Immediately,
someone sent me a video because I used to drive one. I used to drive a Buick Century.
Oh yeah,
with a V6 in it.
Any Subaru, Subaru will take care of that thing, no problem off road. And it's been shown in side-by-side videos. And if you want a pickup truck, a Ford Raptor, it costs about the same. And we'll do more off-road. It's just so if you want electric, just don't get the Nazi mobile. God. I just don't get it.
And it's dangerous.
Oh, yeah. The Raptor, that's what my brother-in-law ended up getting.
That's a nice truck.
It's a nice little truck. They use it for the purpose. They like to go glamping, kind of.
Sure.
And it is basically
that's
just
perfect
a
for that
gigantic battery.
Yeah. Oh man.
They're opening it up, and in every single fucking area there's a goddamn outlet.
Yeah, that was the thing with
Hell yeah.
The Cybertruck, it's all aesthetic, right? And then all of the practicality came second or didn't come at all. It was like any of Elon's partners. But hey, rim shot, anyone? Hello? Okay.
Happy birthday!
I don't know, but
Not that.
No, but when Ford, came out with their Lightning, that was one of the main. That was their sales pitch. So hey, you know what else you can do with this? You have a power outage. This is a generator for your house, because if you have your charger at your house, you just feed it right back to your house, and you keep your refrigerators on overnight or something like that. I was like, oh, that's really cool. That's a good point.
Yeah.
It's that's smart. It's that is a good selling point. Not that it has bulletproof doors. Who gives a shit? Where?
Yeah.
Also, that they don't.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
can't,
okay,
you
go ahead
can't
and
even-
shoot some bullets into it then. So, so then back to, so what kind of video games do you play? What do you think you could take on Elon? Pretty much any video game or
Any.
what?
I mean,
Yeah.
given enough time, any for sure. Like, but like
Sure.
I play a lot of
Evan's
fighting
really good.
games. I used to play a lot of multiplayer games. I've slowed down
Hmm.
as I've gotten older and wanted to respect myself more.
Hmm.
And I've been
Okay.
trying to play single player games to like actually have sanity.
Right. Less
But,
MMOs or something.
That being said, recently I've been playing like Marvel Rivals and like shooting competitive games again.
Oh, cool.
Hopefully I don't get drugged too far into
Yeah.
the clenches again, but we'll fucking see.
Oh boy, it can get you,
Mhm.
man.
I had a league addiction for like 14 years.
Oh, okay, yeah. So that you would absolutely smoke Elon Musk. And
And
Yes. Yes.
yeah.
Absolutely.
With like Path of Exile and like Diablo, those games he plays, I'll give some credit that like, I mean, he does actually play it. It's just clear.
Mhm.
Like I haven't really played them, but give me a week, I'd figure it out. And it would be like, I think the average player could probably beat him, which is like, he doesn't have like, just to get back into the fucking fact that it makes no sense. He doesn't have the time, or if he does have the time to actually play that game as much as necessary to be in like the top 10 players of that game, then it proves even more drastically that having money means absolutely fuck all, and you don't have to like it means nothing.
Oh
'Cause
yeah,
I'm like,
being
okay,
a
the
CEO
yeah.
isn't anything. Yeah,
like the CEO
Well, I'm
of
the
three
CEO of 4
companies,
different
who's the richest
companies.
man in the world. What's he doing? He's like, oh, he's been playing Path of Exile for 20 hours every single day.
And on
since
Twitter.
the
yeah,
game
exactly.
came
And then tweeting, and then donating sperm.
Yeah, so it's just like it doesn't make sense why, or it kind of does. I don't know if you guys have looked into the like history of his video game lying, but like he has a history of basically getting away with it because we didn't have enough of an internet footprint to prove that he was lying. He likes to say that he was like one of the first Quake Pro players in the world.
Really?
Was like a top Quake player.
And
the thing, like,
trying to be old
there's not
school so that
much
you can't really prove it or disprove it.
There's some guy, I think his name is like Carl Jobst on YouTube. His whole thing is like JOBST or something.
Jobst.
It's Jobst. Yeah, his whole thing is like finding people who are lying about video game stuff and like
Nice.
covering speedrunners.
Oh, okay.
Comes with the territory
Right.
of like finding people who lied about their speedrunning.
I see.
And
Yeah.
he did like a really good video about Elon Musk, and there's a partial amount of truth to him having experience in Quake.
Okay.
But again, like everything,
It's not just
it's a
like
lie.
we set
like,
up
worked
I was the
for-
best on the LAN parties at my school kind of thing.
Yeah. It was some tournament that barely had any people there, and like a company that he owned or was working for had like
Oh,
a
boy.
team that competed in it that got second, and I think he was like on the bench for the team because he did play Quake.
What?
So he's saying like, I was actually one of the first people to ever make money playing video games.
What the fuck, man? It's like it's this weird thing. It reminds me of like Kim Jong Il or something.
Yeah.
Where they're like, not only are you like you're already the fearless leader, you're already the dictator, you know? You don't have to. Why do you have to also be like, yeah? And the first time you tried golf, hole in one on three different holes. It's like
all of them,
or all of them, whatever
the
the
record.
Yeah, it's just
I hit
like,
the ball and it divided into multiple balls, and I got a hole in one. On
Yeah,
all of the
exactly.
holes that-
Actually, they invented a new game because it's just like this like beyond stolen valor, like kind of like
It's
need. Yeah,
pathetic.
that's true.
It's like a leader like that is like you have to be larger than life. You can't be. This reminds me honestly of Trump with golf because it's been lots of accounts. They're like, he's a good golfer. He has
Yeah.
golfed a lot in his life. He's golfed
Yeah.
with literally professional
Fucking
golfers.
owns
He
golf
owns
I'd be
courses.
Yeah.
really mad if he wasn't
owns
at
a
least,
golf
like,
course.
okay at golf.
Yeah. he's not
What
like
are you
Tiger
doing out
Woods,
there?
but yeah, but he plays a lot, and it's like, but he cheats. He cheats so fucking bad all the time.
What
Like
an
he's just
asshole.
such a dirt, and it's like these guys, they don't know how to lose, because like what Gavin was saying, like they're trying so hard to like make people like them in the ways that exactly don't make people like you, which is trying to make people like you.
Yeah.
You know, by being
Can't
the best
be
at
cool
everything.
by trying to be cool, man.
It is pushing you in the opposite direction.
You can't give yourself a nickname, you know?
Like,
Ooh.
just imagine if instead of like lying about that, he was just talking about how he played a lot of Quake while also working on like building a company that made him rich, and his story or
Which
whatever.
is what happened.
So
sort
he's
of,
like,
you
and
know?
the company that I owned or whatever it was, like we sponsored a tournament, and then like our team got second, and like I was really proud of that. So we were one of the first companies to like put money into esports.
Yeah.
And be like, and then they're like, "Were you good?" He's like, "I was okay, but like,
Yeah. It's team effort.
I was busy. I was doing a lot of
Yeah.
stuff." But
No,
like,
actually, I was a businessman.
compete.
Yeah, but
And
no.
that's where like humility has to come into play. And like that term, it's like be humble. You know, it's like that's for like those kind of motherfuckers to like not get this delusional sense of like grandeur and that you're like better than everybody because you didn't make it all alone. You know, you were, and it's fine to not be the best at everything, because that's what you'll turn into
it's
with
not.
like no humility. Is someone like those motherfuckers. And yeah, and then I'm like, and instead we use this like being humble is like probably been really good at keeping people's self-esteem really low. It's like not be humble, you know, like don't be like talking about how good you are at things. And it's like, but that's okay to have confidence in your skills, you know, and be proud of yourself
it's
for
not
the
like,
work
don't
you've done.
ever talk about yourself. Yeah.
Positively.
To a reasonable degree.
Yeah,
like,
you
which
should
is
be
honest.
seen and not heard.
Yeah, you should only talk down to yourself.
Like a really simple example is like, I mean, when like Obama was president and he posted his like my favorite songs of like the year or stuff like that, and people were like, "Oh, Obama listens to Kendrick Lamar?"
Yeah.
And it's just like, or like people were like, Obama listens to music. I was like, yeah, he is a person.
Yeah.
Like, probably listens to music sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't like I was actually the first person to create a playlist that got 3 trillion
Yes.
on Spotify. Actually.
And then
people would like look and go, "That's not true. I can check like right now and prove that this."
No,
is
it's
not
actually true.
yeah, and then
true. I actually worked with Kendrick Lamar on his first album.
yes,
actually.
exactly. Actually, my uncle
found
works
him.
for Nintendo, and I tried all those games
Yeah,
before
like,
anyone got
that's
to
what it
play them.
fucking feels like.
Yeah, it's like, and then
Even when you're a kid, you know it's bullshit. Even kids
Yeah.
are able to identify.
mm-hmm. She goes
I
to a
bet they
different
were,
school.
and I bet he got picked on like a motherfucker.
I think he
don't know
did.
if I told you
from what
this.
he's, I think there's
Gavin,
stories
that
about
I-
that.
There was this whole week that I went through and I was so mad, and I'm like, fuck these motherfuckers. God damn it. I was so mad and like depressed, and I'm like, I want to move to Mexico City, and just like really, really, really unhappy with all that was going on. And I must have been on my period or something, because then a few days later I was like really
mean,
like feeling a lot better.
You're the one who
about it.
said it. No.
Yeah. And it probably was at that part of my cycle where people can be like you're like really depressed. You can just feel very depressed. But anyway, so then later I was like watching this thing of Elon being like, it was like a crowd of people, and he's just like kind of awkward. Of course, he's just like awkward. No one was talking to him. It was like a break in session, and I was like starting to feel bad. And Umberto was like, "Don't you dare feel bad for that guy! Like, no, just like stop it." I was like, "But I bet he got
Stop
picked
your
on so much.
empathetic
Look at that
self.
dork.
Yeah.
He's so just like." And if he would just be like, it's okay to be different, you know.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean you don't have to
Yeah.
be better than everyone, you know, to prove that it's okay to
Ugh.
be you. You
Yeah.
could just be,
You have to
you know.
fucking buy the
and-
team so you can hang out with them. God.
Oof. See that? Oh, that hurts.
Yeah.
But also, you know, he's a stupid fascist, and it's his own
Yep.
stupid fault. He's made his decisions, you know, and it's like, if that's the community that you're willing to compromise on what little morals you have, because you never made friends and you never thought that it might be you, you're kind of a lost cause. I gotta break it to you, you know?
There's
If you've never taken one moment for self-reflection
introspection,
or anything like that, that's on you. Sorry, the rest of us do it, and we don't have $1 billion to do it with. So I don't know how we get by.
It's pretty sad
But-
how much of it does feel like this, like complex, and like if you look back in time, like of how he kind of started going downhill and moving right, it
He
does
was
feel like a
rejected from
lot
art
of it.
school.
Yeah, like
One thing
he
led
wasn't
to another.
invited- He wasn't invited to like a dinner, and then he wasn't invited to like another thing, and it looks like that it's like actually an offense on him. You
Yeah.
have now not invited me to the party, and because I have money now, I'm gonna make sure that you pay for this for the rest of your life.
It's like Trump gets made fun of at the White House Correspondents' Dinner, and so Seth
Yeah.
Meyers' fault. Now he's president for the second time. I was gonna say, and if you let things lie, you know, and be yourself, I was gonna say, you mentioned Obama, like just being a normal person, but someone that can, you know, wield all this power, and is a very charismatic individual. Like, I mean, Trump is a very charismatic guy, but then he
Sure.
forces stuff, you know, so it makes you hate him. Like Obama, like he has this charisma, but then so then when he does something larger than life, I always remember like we got to see him playing basketball with people or something, and he just wet jumper hit that 3, and he just goes, "It's what I do," you know, and everyone's like, "Man, that is so fucking cool," and it's just like, yeah, that's way more natural. That's cool. That's cool, you know, and it's like because he just did
I have
it,
to imagine
you know,
if
he
I
wasn't
saw
being a
Donald
try
Trump-
hard.
If I saw him straight up like hole in one, like a clean, just like
Yes.
boom, and like turn to the camera, and just like
Yeah,
I'd just be like, "Fuck."
Yeah, that would
be
be
like-
baller.
George W. Bush. Now
Yeah.
watch me hit that drive.
Now watch this drive. Yeah,
Like,
those are the things that stick with you. But if you're being a fucking tryhard, it's always
Trump
gonna
won't even
show.
let reporters film him like golfing, you know, like Obama. The press would like kind of come around and like watch him, and he'd be doing, you know, he's a good golfer.
Or George W.
He's, like, not
Bush.
scared.
He'd tell him to
Yeah.
watch.
Yeah, and Trump is like he doesn't really allow that kind of stuff, and it's like, but he probably does have some good drives and stuff like.
Sure,
Yeah,
but he doesn't ever
He's just
want.
not a real-
There's a chance that they'll see a bad one, and that would
Yeah.
shatter the illusion. He can't lie about it.
of our very strong leader,
Yeah,
you know,
or he'd have to
Of our
make up
perfect, strong leader who
excuses.
picked up a gun when he was 6 years old and hit 6 bullseyes.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know, from 100 yards or whatever.
Exactly.
Kim Jong-un's.
surprised he had to wait till 6.
Yeah.
I forget.
I mean, for all I know, it's changed. It could easily he could have decided to change it and change all
Yeah.
the textbooks to say 4.
He's like, and it never said 6 before, and they're like, oh yeah, must have been a
And
typo.
if anyone says that it did, you didn't.
You didn't.
Anyone says
So they're not
No.
gonna. Yeah.
no.
Yeah, wrong, incorrect. Where are you?
So how much do you engage with the site formerly known as Twitter? Are you on X?
I am not.
Not? Okay.
I deleted my Twitter.
That's good.
I don't know how long it's been, but I think it's been like almost a year.
Yeah. Okay. All right, never mind. I'll skip that question. No, I'm just kidding. No, I just updated all this stuff with Elon. Gosh, there's there's someone I follow, and it's like it's kind of funny. I mean, he practically makes his living as a left-wing account. Half of his stuff is just showcasing the stupid shit that Elon says on this website, where it's just like, well, that was a lie. Well, this is moronic because he just said the other thing 5 minutes earlier. Oh, look at this. He just replied with heart eyes to this literal Nazi, you know, like, and I mean, this guy gets crazy hate, like, like
On his
the
platform. Even though
Elon
he's been purging it for a
lovers,
while too.
man. Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. purging tweets and stuff like that. That's a real don't let me film golfing or whatever, sort of situation. Yeah.
The scare, they're not I mean, kind of scary. All of it's fucking scary, but like him saying that he needs to like correct polls and grok shit on Twitter when it doesn't comport to what he believes is like, holy fuck.
That's science, like, if you're God.
It's like Grok, is this true? It's like, no, Grok, it's not true. Here's like 800 sources of evidence that it doesn't, and he's like, we're working on it. We're gonna fix it.
But that's the thing. On it,
sourcing something correctly,
but it goes back and forth because Grok fucking stinks, and so it's just like, man, I get it happens every day. I see it on this godforsaken app. Is that these mouth-breathing morons say, hey, Grok, is this true? At Grok, is this true? Or they'll respond to you with whatever they asked Grok. And I had, I was already down a couple of pages, so on a little bit of a tangent with like a legit fucking crazy right-winger. And it was talking about like... it was probably something about some trans person shooting someone. Who knows? Like something, and they referenced this one particular case, or maybe it was an immigrant violence. Maybe that's what it was. Big racist thing. So they referenced this one particular case, and they had a Grok supplement to it, and I was like, that's already the dumbest thing I've ever seen. You're saying using Grok, I already don't care. But I was like, if you want to use Grok, here. So I went back to Grok and typed in exactly what he did, got the same answer, and then I asked Grok again. I said, hey, I just Googled that, and I couldn't find any supporting valid sources for that claim that you just made, because I couldn't. It was literally just from Alex Jones. It's just some shit from InfoWars.
That's a source.
But it only references itself. The way that I worded it too, like to Grok, I was like, it's only just references itself and doesn't have any direct citation to this incident. Can you give me any additional citations? And Grok said, you know what? You're right. Thanks for pointing this out. It looks like this was erroneously made, and this is not true. I was like, well, cool. Glad that you're just telling people that immigrant violent crime is up and stuff, and just supplying these answers when you can just go back and tell Grok, you know what, actually, you want to give me a source on that? It'll say, oh, you know what, you're right. There isn't one. Sorry, I was wrong. It's just like they use this AI, like they use it as Google for whatever reason, because they know it's a much better chance of giving them what they want instead of the truth. It's garbage. I hate them so much, these AI models that do that. ChatGPT is like the better one out there for sure. Grok is just the fucking great value brand version of that. Like, it sucks so bad. And now Elon Musk, what did he do? He it just feels like I don't know. Feels like straight up fraud in public to me. But of course, he sold X to the XAI company.
I don't really know what that was. What happened? What is that? What I saw that and
the
I was
company
like,
that runs Grok, the XAI.
Wait, what is, I want Lil Gav to tell me.
He probably knows more than me.
XAI, a different company, evaluated X at and you can correct me if I'm. I think it was like at 40 billion. It was like
34
it might
billion.
have been like 30. Yeah, 34 billion. Like an astronomically incorrect number based on any metric from any economist or any other person.
Yeah.
But XAI happened to think that it's worth around 34 billion and agreed to pay for it. XAI being the company that Elon Musk also owns and is the one that develops Grok.
Like,
so he's packaging them together. One, it's basically me saying my car is worth 35,000 because I'd pay 35,000 for it, and then trying to sell it for that.
to yourself. Yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly.
to get out of the loan or something.
If I could, like, if in this world, it would be like if I was able to prove someone bought my car for 35,000 and then could take it into a store and exchange it for that money because I could prove, like, hey, someone bought it, and they're like, well, it says Gavin
Right.
Turner bought it for $34,000, and you're
True.
Gavin Turner.
Yeah.
Like,
Crazy, huh?
someone did buy it though. Actually,
No, this is the
like,
Gavin Turner
you
AI.
figured it out. Actually.
I actually,
Yeah, this is
Lil
Gavin
Gav bought
Turner
it.
Corporation. Yeah.
yeah,
Or
international.
nonprofit. Yeah.
Yeah, and also you can't look
And
at
the-
our books.
And the conversation around AI is such a fucking mess too, because I mean, I don't know what the Twitter version of like Grok looks like, and it could be running off of like an old version of the language model, because their new version, I hate to give any credit, and I will give this with asterisks because he has the most money and the most GPUs. So yeah, his model runs faster than most other people's, just because he literally has more computers to run it on. But like, if you go to the actual like Grok website, it runs well and is probably one of the better language models now, but I don't know if Twitter's like at Grok actually uses that language model. And then no matter what language model you use, all of them have the problem of the person prompting it will like, they still are a yes man robot.
Yeah.
And if you push it not even hard enough, it's not like it you have to push hard. It's like you prompt being like, I want to prove this dumb libcuck that he's an idiot and that immigrants are bad.
Yeah.
Help me,
Yeah.
blah blah blah.
That's how I
will-
use
will
it.
Go and, it will go and find it. Like, and then if you're not looking into it, which most people aren't on either side, specifically on the right, typically, they're like, see, it said, yep, immigrants bad.
Mm-hmm.
Like, well, its source was Alex Jones and a
Was your own tweet.
And
yeah.
then one like
and the
You
Civil
sold back
Wa-
to
the Civil
yeah.
War, or
yeah, and then AmericanPatriot.x.net referencing that Alex Jones thing. That's like what the thing that I was like, all I see is this thing from InfoWars and then one other article that referenced them saying it on InfoWars, and that's all it was.
yeah.
But yeah, that's a good point, like a good conceit to them that their language models on Grok and stuff, that's legit. Like the other things that they're using it for, no matter how cringe it may be, it's so cringe how they're doing this, but where they're like, hey, do the like the Grok After Dark, or it's like Grok unrated, like where it swears and it says it'll make innuendo, it'll say pretty much everything except the N-word.
Yeah.
And it'll like
That's on
flirt with
version
you.
2.0.
It'll flirt with you, yada yada, and it is very. I mean, you could still tell it's AI, but for a language model, yeah, is like really, they can really do different voices and stylings, and it's really kind of interesting how they can do it. But the information itself there and the information gathering and all that, it's like, that's not what this shit is for. It's so bad at that. It's always been bad at that. ChatGPT is bad at it. Gemini is horrible at it. Like, and Grok is atrocious with it. It's like, if you want to research something, just fucking do it yourself. Like, just look it up. I don't get it. It just drives me crazy.
The biggest problem is, at least in my opinion, is that it as with most things, humans are involved with it, and like people don't truly comprehend how much bias they put into their own prompt.
Oh yeah,
I have issues with it, and like these language models are extremely useful, especially for like tech related stuff. But I have to constantly remind myself, like, okay, even if that sounds right, let's go and confirm that actually works before you tell a customer that, and then it turns out that it fucking made something up again.
Oh yeah.
Or I use it because like when it links, it's like, okay, I'm gonna like, it just kind of turbocharges like having to find it. Like, okay, here's like 3 random Reddit posts. Here's a source. Let me open those and read it. Thanks. I'm not gonna use your input, but like,
sure,
someone in this comment probably did it correctly, like identify this error.
Yeah.
But like, even then, like, I fall into the habit because it's so easy to just be like, oh, error, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, here's the solution. You're like, cool, I'll send that email. And then later, someone's just like, "That didn't work. Is there something wrong?" I'm like, "Fuck."
Yeah. See? And then
forgot
Then it back
to
to
check.
Grok. Yeah.
and then the fact that the language models are getting better, they're just going to sound more confident. They're going to sound more right. And you're going to believe them even more. You know, it's like,
I have had one.
how did that
instance where
happen?
I truly fought with it, where it was just like, "No, that works." I was like, "That does not," because I was like, "I'm 99% sure that's incorrect." I was like, "Let me double check though," because things change. And I'm like, "No, yeah, this error's out," and I send like a screenshot. It's just like, "No, I think you're doing it wrong." And I'm like, "No, here's the exact input."
No, I'm the
And,
best AI. I could never
Yeah.
make a mistake.
Yeah.
It's
It took like
actually you.
4 more tries until eventually it's like, "Oh, okay, yeah, it is incorrect." And I was just like, "Yeah, what the
That's
fuck?"
what I said.
What would you say you do here, AI?
Yeah.
Five of the things that you do.
Oh,
And
there
Yeah,
we
give me a
go.
bullet
Three-
list.
3 of them can't be porn.
Yeah. Oh,
But
man.
2 of them can.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I have oh, dang, I can't do it off the top of my head. Whatever that riddle is, I have 2 coins equaling 15 cents, and one of them isn't a nickel.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
You know.
The other one.
Yeah, it's a dime and a nickel because the other one is. But something like that.
You know what's interesting about learning a second language? Umberto and I talk
Nothing.
about this. Yeah, that's exactly. I'm like, how stupid and boring and worthless. Like, why would you even spend your time on that? No, like
Boring.
stuff like that, like a little riddle. Like as you were saying that, that's what I was thinking of too. And it's like how you can phrase it to make it like kind of trick your mind when it's like, Nancy is taller than so and so, or this is the first kid who's got 3 daughters. It's like a joke riddle sort of thing.
Right.
How if you learned another language, a lot of those things it would take a long time to learn jokes
Sure.
and riddles
'Cause
and
it's
like turns of
wordplay.
like wordplay. Exactly. Like you just really have to know a lot of words to do wordplay.
Yeah, but
And we didn't. Yeah.
But once you get it down,
everyone is stupid except me.
Yeah.
You're the funniest person at the party.
In 2 languages. Yeah, then you're just speaking in a language that no one else knows, and you're like, "Don't worry, that would kill in Brazil right now." It's it's an old Portuguese street joke. Yeah.
It
They're like,
there's
"You
no
were just like
translation.
yammering.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you were not speaking Portuguese."
You
Yeah,
know that
I'm on Duolingo. No big deal.
I really thought you were about to like whip out that you guys had like a sponsor from like
Oh,
that
no.
It sounded like a transition. I was like, "You guys are fucking like sponsored by Duolingo?" Like,
Oh my god! Imagine you're just like never.
Like,
No,
one of the cool things about learning a language is that you can do it on your
Wow,
phone
that would
and
have been good.
maintained I was
Wow. Yeah, you guys are coming up. No, today we are
Nice.
sponsored by, thanks to a lovely friend of mine, sponsored by Shonen Banana Cream Soda. Oh,
is that one of those?
my God. This is incredible. It's like
It's like a pop soda,
yes,
or like
a soda pop. Foster City, California. Shonen. It tastes like bananas. Although because I had
thing.
from well, it tastes like banana cream pie.
Mhm.
It's really great. The weird one that they had me try before was these banana gummy candies. I don't know if you've ever seen these before, and they are peelable banana candies. So it's like it's like the outside is like a gummy and the inside is like a different consistency, squishier gummy. And the outside is like banana flavored, and the inside is like squishy banana. It's like bananas in there. It is so weird.
It is bananas in
bananas. It is bananas. It was the strangest candy I'd had in a long time. I mean, I ate a whole bunch of them, but it was like it really you broke open the outer part, and there was like mushy banana in there inside the candy. It was
That sounds really cool.
it's a great way to stay in shape. So that's all I know. April is a getting in shape month for me, so I'm drinking banana cream soda and eating peelable banana candies.
Banana gummies.
Getting my potassium. That's all I know.
Potass. Yeah.
No, the only sponsor that we're truly gunning for is poopsenders.com, of course.
Poopsenders.com. Have you heard of this
with that
before, Lil Gav? Yeah, I feel like maybe you would have heard of it being online, but if you haven't, you're welcome.
There's a way we could work AI
I have a friend
into poop senders.
who actually
elephant asshole is the first thing I see.
Mm-hmm. I have a friend who's used their services a couple times and was quite satisfied with it. So
5 stars.
Mm-hmm.
5 stars. And these stars,
steaming pile of stars.
Asterisk, you know. Yeah. Want to see it make a star? No.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
So you can do that. You can just do that and send it to people that you think deserve a little poop to brighten up their day.
Yeah.
Testimonials.
Wow.
Testimonials. Yeah, I think what kind of self-respecting company would ever sponsor us? No, I don't know what we would really be going for besides poop senders. Maybe paper clips, piper clips. Popper clops.
Popper clops. Pops to clop your popper.
Yeah, something like that. I think the next step would really just be that I would need to get off my ass and really be streamlining and uploading this stuff so that we could make additional content, do it on Patreon, and then put out merchandise. That's where it's at.
Need to rip those shorts and reels.
I know. I did some of them. Hey, man, AI does so much of your work for you right there. CapCut, just like you just give it the video. It's like, all right, here's like 50 different reels. It's kind of funny. So when you take our episodes and you put them in there, and because it immediately takes a transcript of the entire episode, and then it'll chop it up into different little bite-sized things, and then it'll title them, and it gives like just these really kind of grandiose titles for what they are. It's like the problems with the current checks and balances in government or something. It's like Natalie and I complaining about Chuck Schumer or something like that. And it's just like the way that it titles it is so fun. I was like, I am not going to call it that when I put it on TikTok.
Funny.
Yeah.
Were we NPR?
Yeah. Yeah. And, I guess AI functions of that works pretty well for the most part. That's a thing you were talking about. Our current sponsor, Duolingo, and Babbel. We have them fighting each other right now for current naming rights. But for the Inane Blather Stadium project, but AI for like, these things that like. These avenues that aren't so like easily monetized, that could just make life better. It's like AI models to just instantly translate for people, have people talk to each other in different languages. Like, come on, like that's the future. Like you have a fucking babble fish in your ear. If you had like a good AI
model. You're just
model.
happy to see me.
No, it's a fish. Sorry.
Yeah.
No,
fish in my
ear. The fish in my ear gives me an erection, so it has nothing to do with you. But don't worry. But it's like something like that. Man, it could really streamline that, and it seems like that could be an application that leaves a lot less. I mean, for the most part, like a lot less like up to like that less malleable, I mean, when they have the languages down and how to translate them, just doing a a constant, really quick translation effect, seems like it would work really well with
No, they're really good with that kind of stuff.
yeah,
Actually,
like there should
it's
just
only gotten better.
should just be like like a really good instantaneous, like, man, like that's what something like those weird the AI pins that they were trying to sell, that like didn't, that would project onto your hand or something like that. Yeah. Something like that, but like, a wearable that it's like you go to a different country, it's taking in what someone's saying. You have your earpiece or something, and like that you could just communicate with someone or something like that. Like that would be wild. Like
I've heard like really good things about like the Google Buds, and if you're using a Google phone, because it has Google Translate already, so it already has probably more data than most people have on specifically translations. But I've heard from like reviewers and people and a couple of people who actually have used it that like it's near instant in the ear of like someone is speaking, and it is before like their sentence is over, you are like you hear it and it translated directly to English into your ear. And this is like the cool stuff.
Yeah.
But of course, not to
instead, like he says, smashing a keyboard. Liberals are stupid libtards, and immigrants are bad. No,
like and not to bring it there, but like this is like the poison, the like little bit of poison that occurs in all things that we do of like capitalism that takes it into the fucking furthest extreme that we could. Where it's like,
what's
yeah,
this?
And that's why we won't need fucking translators anymore. These fucking scumfuck translators.
Yeah,
and you're like, whoa.
Well, that's what I'm saying. There's
like, what about if you...
that isn't really an avenue that exists though for most people. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. Like, it's like I don't know many people that are going out traveling with a translator unless you're already kind of rich. So I don't know.
Yeah. Part of the other issue is like with situations. The funniest part to me was watching the tech people slowly realize like AI, if it's going to replace things, it's going to replace tech workers.
Yeah, them first,
mostly. No. But all of the tech bros
guys
were
like
pumped as fuck.
These fucking cashiers at McDonald's, they're gonna fucking get fired, and then we're gonna have robots, and it's gonna be super sick.
Oh,
and I'm
man.
like, in my mind, I'm like, oh, that's cool. They won't have to work there. It'd be cool if we just like, this was like a cool thing that humans made. And it's like, cool. Now we can spend time on shit we want to do. But it's like, no, now they're going to be homeless and fucking die.
Yeah.
It sounds like you want to build a society, and we actually live in an economy. And that is the biggest problem here. Because wouldn't it be nice? Because I'm like, fuck yeah.
Wouldn't it be
jobs
nice?
for robots. Who wants to do that? Like, who wants to, like, work? Some people want to do some things. It's like, I'm down with doing some things. You know? I'll be useful in whatever kind of way. But, like, I don't think that the advancement of technology means that we have to see people living on the streets more and more often. You know, people shouldn't be losing their homes because, you know, there's a new kind of program. I think that it's like, well, you know,
the communist dream.
Well, yeah, it's like we can just keep raising each other up together, you know, rather than just like letting people. It's like, well, sucks to suck. Sorry that you're a coal miner. Sorry that you're a tech worker. You're just going to be fucking broke and your life's ruined now because of something completely outside of your control. And them's the breaks, bitch. This is capitalism.
Just imagine like 1,000 years from now, if you're like a kid learning about the history or like something like this happens. And the kid asks a reasonable question that they're like, so, and they developed robots that were able to handle like cashier jobs and things like that. It's just like, oh, so what happened to the cashiers? Like, did they get to go and do what they want? And the teacher has to respond of like, they starved to death.
Yeah, exactly. Well, back then they lived under this barbaric system called capitalism. Yeah, because it's 1,000 years ago. Yeah, and that's the thing. That's one of those weird forced silver lining possibilities where it's like, the more that this happens, I mean, that's just a go-to response to some of these people where it's that are excited about like, hey, this will alleviate work. All this stuff can be automated. And it's like, you have to realize that only works under communism. That's how this works. Like, because we've automated stuff already. We've automated things for decades. We've automated things since the beginning of the Industrial Revolution, and it doesn't make people's work weeks shorter. Unions do that. It doesn't make people work less. I mean, it just makes productivity go up. That's all. So it's like, I mean, the communist dream in communist society, where nobody has one exclusive sphere of activity, but each can become accomplished in any branch he wishes. Society regulates the general production and thus makes it possible for me to do one thing today and another tomorrow, to hunt in the morning, fish in the afternoon, rear cattle in the evening, criticize after dinner, just as I have a mind, without ever becoming a hunter, fisherman, shepherd, or critic.
Did you have this on
Yay.
the ready, or did you have to like?
Well, I know that I don't know the quote off the top of my head. I had to look up the wording, but I mean, that's the go-to. It's like, that's, that's from the German ideology, Karl Marx. Like, that's the idea. It's like, once, you don't have to do that as your job. These things are all done, I mean, then it's like, it's because they're all done in collective, yada, yada, yada. It's like, no, the further you'd get into automating things, that's how you'd look at communism now. I mean, we're getting to a point in human society where communism could legitimately like be achieved because of technology, not because of like philosophy or like civil rights movements or like alone or like just people finally figuring it out and stuff. It's like
because we can physically do it.
You
now.
can do it. Yeah.
Mhm.
Like all of this work can be all of the basic work that people are exploited to do can be done. The more that we can do, like imagine if it's like, yeah, so many things are automated. We only have to work 14 hours a week, and that's a full-time job. Because why would you have to work more? The robots do it. It's like, oh, well, we're going to all become the people from Wall-E? Yeah, that sounds awesome. That's great. Good for us. We've
We could
moved
spend
forward.
time, and we could use the AIs to help prevent some of that. But
Yeah, no, I
we
was
could
just kidding.
spend our
It's
time
like
figuring
it's
out
like
that
those
part.
people just wanted to be. It's called fucking freedom, man. It's America. They could be fat and eat chips and do that if they want, or they can hunt and fish and criticize after dinner. All right, and hit the fucking gym because they like doing it.
Yeah.
Or go on a
the
run.
problem in Wall-E wasn't that they didn't have to work. That seemed like a good thing. It's
Yeah.
just, it seems like they went in a weird direction.
Exactly. Yeah, there are people like that now.
Yeah, there's an in-between here between going into a giant spaceship and leaving the Earth for the rest of the fucking eternity.
Yeah,
And that was
exactly.
because
There's people
a
that
big
cut themselves
corporation
off.
ruined it all.
Yeah.
It was the corporation ruined the earth, and kept
was
them
like,
kept
it was like
selling
a-
them food and kept selling them,
Wow,
like that's what
that's science fiction,
you
all
know.
right.
I know, I was thinking what a nice society it would be. Let's leave this extra long episode on the idea of like how you could do gardening on a big scale in communism, as in go and help maintain, the trails and things like that, in this great society. Those things that people want to do, they like to garden. It's like, what would I do? I'd be so bored. It's like you'd go out with other people that know the land, and you guys can go out there and be like stewards of the land
I
truly,
love
and like
gardening and landscaping. I
yeah, like
enjoy
being a
mowing
part of
lawns.
yeah.
not to be that guy, but like I've slowly learned as I've been like trying to meditate and do other stuff that like boredom is kind of important, and it's kind of scary that we've been trying to like make that obsolete.
Yes.
Like I understand that it seems scary at the moment, but like, yeah, spend an hour not doing something.
Eddie, shout out to Eddie Burback's recent YouTube video.
Such a good thing.
Yeah, where he goes without a phone for 30 days. I just showed someone Eddie Burback today. And I was talking about that's his newer one, yeah. And how he's like, I can't believe that I'm bored for the first time in like years. You know, it's wild to even think about that. And yeah, it's kind of like you said, yeah, kind of like scary.
It shouldn't be like a punishment or a state of like torture. And if it is, that's like a problem.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, the feed got cut. The constant drip, you know, or the force feed, got cut. So it's what you're used to. But
we could have talked about that any other time. If well, I could talk to you guys forever. So
cool.
Well, you come back on next week.
Well,
okay.
Nah, I mean, you know, we'll see. It's a probationary period.
No,
so, no, no, that was awesome. That was great. Yeah.
So.
Man, we're gonna keep we'll have correspondence and stuff, and pretty soon I won't have to do any of this at all. This is exactly what we're talking about. No,
I didn't even get into my doc. I had like things about like politicians who are like trying to do some things.
Oh, sick.
This is just an introduction, so we'll you know, first time for Lil Gav. Give it up for Lil Gav and the 136. Hey.
What is this? Just a couple guys having a conversation? Who the hell wants to listen to that?
No.
Like I said, I've added so many things, and I still just never add applause.
Which guy
that
was
that? Nick Mullen.
Yeah, I think
or I mean Adam Friedland.
No, that guy. I know that we big boo on Destiny, but we'll give an up for me because I was introduced because of that episode, and now I know about that guy and how fucking funny he is.
Cumtown?
Yeah.
Oh, I never
yeah.
interacted. And I watched the podcast. I was like, this is
Doug's
fucking...
a Cumtown cumhead.
I'm a
like
cum
Tim
boy.
and Eric-y type
I'm a
stuff,
cum
and
boy.
it's fucking everything I love.
Oh man. Oh, the Adam Friedland show.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. It's good. It's good. Yeah. It's
like,
too bad it's all
never...
falling apart now. But there's.
what's going?
That's for another time.
Anyway. But yeah.
Roberto's sick and needs to go to bed. Yeah.
I am getting so much abuse out there.
Okay. But anyway, that calls it to the end.
Get out of here.
Get out of here!
Get out of here!
Him, don't. This is a legend.
Get him out of here! Get him out of here!
You get him
out of here now!
That's what.
Get him out!
This is a legend.
You ruined the show. You ruined the whole show. You're gonna take that knife out? Get him out. Get him out.
Okay. Yeah. That's hey, that's for the inaugural episode for Gavin. Gets a new drop. Nice.
Gavin in the new drops.
Gavin in the new drops with her hit
now,
single.
You're very close to a world war on this whole.
Okay. All right. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to Aaron Brown, our Lord and Savior.
Danae.
Shout out to Danae. I hope she's having a good time
in Vietnam or wherever the fuck
with all of those
head bonked individuals
out there that she's hanging out with. So I love you guys, everybody, everyone who listens. And God bless America.